showing you guys. Sarah Richardson here, cheerleader for the divine. It's Sunday. Oof. I figured I was gonna do a video because people are gonna see me everywhere, right? Speculate, all kind of things. So I just want to talk about it. Obviously, the face is not doing well. I love you guys. It's crazy how the world works, right? I love you guys. You know, they put the rules out there. We get to pick if we follow the rules or not. If we don't, we can get busted up. You know what I mean? If you don't wear a helmet, if you don't wear a seatbelt, you will get busted up. Good morning, love. I just wanted to come on because everyone's going to see me and everyone's going to be speculating, and I just want to talk about what happened. I had a video all planned out for yesterday, but I got banged up. And so I want to talk about that a little bit. It kind of goes in with all of this, right? Ooh. I wanted to talk to you guys yesterday about confronting what you're afraid of. Exposing that. Right? And so here we are. We're at a place where I'm confronting what I'm afraid of, right? So I'm afraid to look weak to people. Cheers. There ain't no weaker look than this right here. Shout out to our local hospital. They were amazing with me, right? But, you know, this brought up a lot for me. So when I went into the hospital, they were really great. Like, they came right to me. They helped me. They got me back to a room, like, super really quick. All to come to find out that they thought that this was domestic violence. So I send a lot of love to everybody who has ever dealt with all of those things because it's terrible. You know, and I think that the looking weak part of it is probably the worst part. You know, like, I grew up in domestic violence. I had a couple relationships that were domestically violent, and looking weak was one of the big things that I was afraid of. And so here I am looking my weakest, and my brain isn't really on point, and I'm doing a live video to show you guys that shit gets real out here if you don't wear your seatbelt and your helmet and a razor. Alright, so I got a couple people in here. So yesterday, I went to do some haircuts. I still cut hair. And the person that I cut their hair, they have like all kind of like outside stuff, right? They have all kind of like outside equipment, claws, razors, right? So if you guys don't know, the hospital asked me like, what is a razor? A razor is like a quad, and it has like bars that come up and around, right? And you know, my friend is really safe. Like, all the kids had on helmets and, you know, all the whatnots. And my daughter was afraid, right? So confronting what you're afraid of. Like, I was on that yesterday, right? And, you know, not only am I on it for me, but I'm on it for her too. And so my daughter was super afraid to ride the quads, the razors, and stuff like that, even though we had all the equipment and everything for her to wear. And so at first she wouldn't do it at all, and she would just ride with other people. And then she caught on to it, right? And she was like going real slow and like being real careful. And next thing you know, she started feeling herself. She started going fast. It was fun. We were like doing these little jumps in the yard. It was fun, right? And she's always like real safe, right? And so the kids are whipping around, and she's whipping around, and everybody's whipping around, and I'm starting to feel a little uneasy, right? And so I'm like, all right, sis, like, we're going to do this one more thing, and then we're going to get ready. We got to go to the garden, right? That's where we were going yesterday. And so we went to go around one more time, and she slammed into this sewage sewage pipe, right? And like it happened so fast, like I should have probably like moved the wheel or something, but like I wasn't there, and we just crashed, right? And so I felt this like rug burn like on my leg, right? But immediately you're a mom, and so you look at your baby like, oh my gosh, are you okay now? Meanwhile, she had the helmet on. She was strapped in real good. She was just real shook up, right? We crashed pretty hard. She was going pretty fast. Like, look at this little nug on my head, right? It goes like all the way back here. So I look at her and she's like really super shook up, and I'm like, "Are you okay, sis?" And she's looking at me like, "Oh my god!" Like she looked even like more freaked out as soon as she saw my face. I didn't see my face. I didn't even feel that I hit my face, right? And so the other little girl comes running up from the side. She's like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" As soon as I turned around and she saw my face, she's like, and I couldn't see my face, and I'm scaring the kids, right? So we go in the house. They give me ice. I got ice. I'm like shook up, right? She has a birthday party to go to, all kind of stuff. And, I'm all right, guys. I'm all right. I went to the hospital. My brain's not bleeding. There was like a little bar across the front, like in front of my knees. And my knee that got knee surgery really took that impact right there. And so I wanted to get that checked out, make sure that nothing was broken or, anything had screws and plates and stuff in there. But yeah, I got jacked up, right? And so it happens. It definitely happens. I keep telling my daughter, like, it looks way worse than it really is, right? I mean, like, yeah, I got hurt. Like, I got, bruises all over the whole entire right side. I mean, my body hurts. It hurts for sure. But I'm good. Like, I'm good. My brain is good. My bones are good. But I'm afraid to look weak in front of everybody, right? Hey, sis, oh my God, I love you so much. I'm afraid to look weak, so I figured this is the perfect time to come expose myself, right? I look really weak. I look really weak. I do. I look like really like a weak person. I went to the gas station yesterday, and everybody's like looking at me like, oh my gosh, what's this chick doing? But I was messing around with the kids and told them I was fighting grizzly bears. I said, you should have seen what I did to that grizzly bear. And they're like, what? I am, guys. I'm really afraid to look weak. And so, a lot of the work that I do inside myself, with myself, is confronting what I'm afraid of, exposing what I'm afraid of, right? And you can do this however you want to do it. You can do it right in the comfort of your own home with your friends. You never look weak, girl. I love you so much. I love you. That's like one of my biggest fears. Like, it's weird, and confronting it and exposing it. That whole process can be like a really weird thing. I have a really hard time asking for help. And what I'm learning is like it's hard for me, so I'm just like, trying to confront that as it comes up. And then in that, I'm learning like the worst thing that can happen when you ask somebody for help um, is they just say no. Right. But so the best thing that can happen is they say yes, right? It's a work. We're all a work in progress. I'm afraid to call off. I'm afraid to let people down, right? So I have a really bad concussion, right? So my body kind of hurts, right? It's not that bad. My mental is like off, right? I have to keep checking on that a little bit. But I was talking to a girlfriend of mine this morning. She called me to check on me, and when people are talking, I don't really want to listen. But like messages from spirit are coming through like really in a different way, kind of really clear. So that's really cool. It's a cool feeling to have. And I never like to let people down, so I'm at the end of my massage class, and we've gone through all kind of different things, and we finally got an end date, and I was gonna go, and my sister came here last night, and she's like, you know, sis, please, like, just rest yourself. Like, you look terrible. You know what I mean? Like, you look terrible. Like, you just rest your body. Like, if it hurts, just rest your body. And, you know, it's funny. That's my little sister. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go in there. I'm going to message my girls tonight and just be like, look, man, I got banged up. Like, my brain isn't working. I originally thought I was going to be in a lot of pain this morning. I am, but it's just very generalized to the areas that like hit off the razor, right? So like my knee really hurts, my leg really hurts, my shoulder really hurts, my face really hurts, right? um I'm just gonna chill today. My house, I had all intentions on cleaning. I was gonna clean my house and do a video yesterday, and it ain't looking like that. They got me a free ice pack, 2 free ice packs. I'm super stoked about that. Got my Tylenol and my ibuprofen. Um, you know, I should have been wearing a fucking helmet, guys. I should have been wearing a helmet. I should have definitely been wearing at least my seatbelt, for sure. I love you. I love you. And you know, I know that there are gonna be a lot of people here where I'm from, like making up all kind of stuff. So I just wanted to expose it before anybody else, you know, send out pictures like, did you see Sarah has a black eye? She absolutely does. She absolutely does, you know. And it's funny because, right, in confronting and exposing what you're afraid of, like, as soon as you do it, you like feel so much better. So at first, when I was like riding through town, I was like not wanting to like people to see me, right? Of course, I had to stop at the gas station get gas. I was only on 11 miles, right? Um, but you know, as soon as I get up here and start talking to you guys, told my story about what happened, right? I just feel like it's out there. So, you know, that's the thing. Like, you know, a lot of people, you know, they get caught up by their weaknesses. We do. We get caught up, you know, because I'm afraid to look weak. You know, I try to like hide and lay low. Because of the work I do, I don't really hide and lay low. Because of everything that I've been through, I want to get on here and tell my story before everybody just starts saying what they think or whatever. So yeah, you know, it's tough sometimes, man. Confronting what you're afraid of is really tough. Exposing what you're afraid of is really tough. Um, you know, going through the doo-doo is really tough. Getting banged up is really tough. Having your face hurt like this is tough. You know what I mean? My daughter is so sad. She like looks at me with like tears in her eyes and she's like, I'm so sorry, mommy. I'm like, I swear it just looks so much worse than it really is. She feels terrible. But we got to talk. We got to talk about accidents happening and, you know, following the rules, even though they seem silly sometimes. And, you know, there was all kind of lessons that went on in this. You know, I know that it's hard to confront what you're afraid of. I know that it's hard to expose what you're afraid of. You know, um, you know, whatever that means to you, it means all different things to all of us. But that's what we're doing, you know, that's what the shadow work is, that's what the root work is, you know, confronting and exposing what you're afraid of. And it's tough. Thank you for your love. So I just want to tell you guys, I mean, I got banged up, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm definitely good. I love your guts so fucking much, too. I love you guys so much, too. My brain's definitely a little bit mushy. You know, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful my baby's okay. I'm so grateful none of the other kids, you know, everybody's really, it was just me. It was just me. Got banged up. All of a sudden she turned into the Fast and the Furious. She was feeling herself. But, you know, she got to confront a little bit of what she was afraid of yesterday, too, you know. She was afraid to death of those things. And that's what I keep talking to her about. I don't want her to be afraid to death of them. Accidents happen. We just have to be careful. Mama took one for the team. Yeah, girl. I mean, it's definitely a crazy story, you know what I mean? Like, the people at the hospital were like, you know, I have to definitely ask you this, like, do you feel safe at home? And I'm like, yeah, guys, I really got into an accident with my daughter. She was there, I swear. Like, it's a real thing. And, like, it's so sad, right? Because, you know, it really brought up a lot for me in the whole domestic violence realm. And it's sad. You know, it's sad that's how it is, you know? Made me think of a lot of stuff. You know, because even though that's not what it was, you know, like this look carries the energy of that. So that's why, you know, for me, it's always been better to expose the truth of whatever it is, just because that just makes it easier. You know, and that's what I always really tried to do. You know, Betty, it is sad that that is the automatic assumption. It really is, right? Especially, you know, because I got the vibe as soon as I, you know, saw the first lady, like she came over and like helped me check in and then wanted to, you know, kind of rush me back there. And it was like, it's nice that the hospital does that, right? But it's just really sad that, you know, that is a lot of people's story. You know, they lie about what they've been through and what the accident was, and they don't feel safe at home, you know, and I really feel safe at home. Like, you know, I built my nest. It feels the best in here, right? I was about to snap on someone. You heal quickly, love. I love you, girl. I know my neighbor was about to snap, like, and that's the thing is like this look that I have right now. A lot of people that you love are like ready to snap on someone as soon as they see you. You know, like what happened to you, and it's just like I was riding quads and not wearing a helmet, and or a seatbelt. I was riding a razor and I wasn't following the rules, man. Shit. And now I look like this. And you know, that's what a lot of people like were saying to me, you know, like you know, people are gonna think something really bad happened to you. And so that's why I wanted to get on here and talk to all of you. Hello, love. My green beans chili didn't work. I love you. I think I was supposed to soak them. But gardening is all a learning experience too. Right now, I'm not going to really think too much. I'm just going to kind of, you know, chill my brain. I'm going to chill my brain. My daughter gets to go hang out with her best friend today. She's super excited. My whole, like, neck hurts. My whole body hurts. But I was, you know, I was really glad to see how nice the hospital was to me. That wasn't, I've had a couple of instances of being at the hospital and they weren't so great to me. So our hospital really showed out yesterday. I'm super thankful for everybody that was there. Good morning, love. We're talking about confronting what we're afraid of. You look badass. I love you. I love you. I told the little kids that I was fighting a grizzly bear. I was like, you should have seen that guy. I jacked him up. They were like, my little neighbor was like, Miss Sarah, what color was he? I love him. I told Drew, I said, get ready, girl, because I'm having fun with this story. You know, people are like, oh, what happened? I'm definitely telling everybody I fought a grizzly bear. So glad you're okay. Thank you, love. I'm so glad too. I'm so glad I'm okay. I'm so glad my baby's really okay, you know. Thank God. Great to see you in real time. Yeah, I figured I might as well just come out and show my face so nobody has like a, you know, story. People like to be in my life a lot, so I like to expose, you know, the truth behind the the black eye. It was immediately a black eye, guys. Like, it was immediate, and then like as the night went on, it just got worse and worse and worse. My sister, when she left, she was like, "Bye, Rocky." That's what it feels like, you know. I feel like I was really afraid because you know you see them put them dingers or whatever on their heads and smush them in. I was like, oh, I hope they don't have to do that. I hope they don't have to like push anything or do anything. Like, don't touch me. Just don't touch me. I'm in Florida, so seeing you at this time is cool. Oh my God, you're in Florida. That's where I want to be so bad. Have so much fun. Send me some Florida love. That's what I said, man. I just want to go to the beach. I was at the beach the other day, though. It was the lake. It was nice. It was nice. It was quartz. My brain isn't really firing off that good. Uh, but it was quartz. It's like a quartz quarry. It's so hot here. I know. I've been talking to all my homies down south, and that's what they said. So blazing hot. See, I like blazing. I'm probably like one of the only ones. It's like it's blazing outside. I'm like, let's go sit outside and have a coffee. People were like, what the hell? Oh, guys. The things we do to ourselves sometimes, huh? Oh, I know. Then you love it. Come on down, girl. You know, that's the thing. Like, I'm trying to finish this class out. And I missed today. Oh. I just messaged them before I got on, like, all right, I think I'm going to be all right. You guys want to do the second class? We do 2 classes on Sunday. So I might go in at noon 30. I used a warm Epsom salt soak towel for. Oh, really? So you just warm the towel in with warm water and Epsom salt. Yeah, girl, I need that because I have bruises all over me. I asked the doctor in the ER, I was like, I don't know, my booty really hurts over here. She's like, let me see. She's like, ooh, yes, girl, that's a bruise. I didn't even look at it. It's the whole right side of me. And then you know me, I'm like super weirdo, right? I'm like, I don't know, like I see the masculine going through it, right? The masculine side of me just took a beating. Straight up. Thank God for Ian. Listening to Smile has been getting me through. So last night, my daughter left and went to the birthday party, and I listened to the Pain track, and it felt so good just to lay there and listen to that. And then I turned it on last night um, when I was laying down. I'm telling you, man, there's something about these healing frequencies. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to listen to these tracks as I heal up. I'm definitely going to try that whole warm Epsom salt thing for the bruises because I hate this on my face and all over my body. Holy crap. And you know, it's going to make my work a little bit hard. I'm a massage therapist. I do, you know, deep tissue work, and I'm feeling the weakest I've ever felt. Yes, sis, soak the towel in some Epsom salt water. You're tough, sis. Yeah. I am, girl. I am, girl. When I went into the hospital, I was like super afraid. I was like, can you just check my knee and make sure everything in there is all right? I didn't want any, I got it all healed up and then I just banged it up. All the right side and then my left fucking knee, this left knee. Oh, I love you guys. There's so much going on here in my community. There's so much going on with so many people that I love. There's so much wild and crazy energy and accidents happening. I send out love. I send out love. I'm cheering you on. Confronting what you're afraid of is really tough. Exposing what you're afraid of is really tough. But I'm telling you, it's funny because I've been rocking with Ian really hard, these past couple months, and I wrote this big thing out. I didn't even want to do it today because my brain isn't like that. I just kept it simple as hell. But he sent me a track that he did, and it was about confronting what you're afraid of and exposing it, and how that's psychology. Like, that's what psychologists are trying to teach you to do, and I didn't even know that. That's just what I do. I'd always think up. Just confront what I'm afraid of. And how, being brave doesn't mean that you're, like, super tough, you know what I mean? I love you, my beautiful friend. Take care of yourself. Mwah, I love you too so much. I'll take care of myself, girl. I'm definitely going to do them Epsom salts. I'm definitely going to do them Epsom salts. Oh, it is what it is, right? Don't ride a razor without a seatbelt. Or do. My baby was so careful. So, yeah, it is what it is, guys. Exposing what you're afraid of. Confronting what you're afraid of. And it can be like the littlest, dumbest things, you know what I mean? I remember I had a black eye one time, and I hid from the world until it went away. I don't know. I think you guys, if you're going through something, turn on the vibrations. Today the vibration is all up in the heart, right? Today the energy, is all up in the heart. Do what you love. Think about what you love. Be around the people that you love. Good morning, love. Yep, healing up, man. It's crazy energy out here for sure. It's definitely, it's wild. I don't even really go around people, and the energy still finds me. So maybe today do a little bit of that, dig up in yourself and see what you're afraid of, because if you're not confronting what you're afraid of, you're running from it. You're hiding from it, you're covering it up. Just confront it. There's not any real specific way to confront the things that you're afraid of. It's your way. There's not really any kind of real specific way to do this. It's your way. Exposing it is, revealing it, bringing it up. Showing your face when you don't want to. Good morning, beautiful. Thank you for telling me good morning, beautiful. I feel like a damn gremlin. It is tough. Shout out to anybody who has to walk around here with a black fucking eye for whatever reason. It's so damn embarrassing, you know what I mean? People just look at you like, oh. And then, you know, my story did not sound legit. Like, my 8-year-old crashed a razor and I wasn't wearing a seatbelt or a helmet. They're like, "Are you sure?" I'm positive. I swear I have witnesses. I love you guys because we're all connected. Confront what you're afraid of. Expose it. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as you think. You know, it was funny. It's funny. It's funny how it all works out, right? This is why I wanted to do the video. You know, my daughter jumped off that cliff the other day, right? Scared the shit out of me. We've been really on some thrill-seeking shit lately. So, you know, she takes this swimming test. So she does the swimming test, and the guy goes, "Oh, so did you take the swimming test so you can jump off the cliff?" And she's like, looks at me and she's like, "Yeah," you know, and I'm like, "No, bro, like, you're not jumping off a cliff." So she always gets to, she's powerful, right? So next thing you know, before I even know it, we're on the cliff, right? And so the boys are up there. There's these boys, and they're afraid, and a couple of them jumped, and a couple of them didn't. And so the girls were doing flips and like all stuff. And it's off like this giant cliff. And True was scared, right? When we got up there, she started looking. And so the one girl was getting ready to do a flip. And she's like, "I'm so afraid." And he was like, "It's just a mental thing. Like, I've been up there like 90 times. And like, if I make myself afraid, like, I'm afraid. If you just do it, you know what I mean?" And that's kind of like confronting what you're afraid of is like, I don't really jump off the cliff per se, right? So like, I'm not really that type to just jump off the cliff. However, you know, I jump off the cliff a lot when I'm confronting what I'm afraid of, because I am afraid. You know, that same feeling that those people get who want to jump off the cliff, right? That's the feeling that I get whenever I confront what I'm afraid of, when I expose what I'm afraid of. That's the feeling that kind of churns up inside of me. So, you know, that's how that video with my writing and my day, that's how that all came up. And then it's even super extra funnier, right? Because I am super afraid to like look weak. And here I have to walk around all till this fucking heals like this. And of course, it couldn't just be a black eye. It had to be like this giant cut. Damn it. Wear your helmets and seatbelts. Or don't. I'm getting ready to do all kind of fun stuff. I'm getting ready to do all kind of fun stuff at work, guys. So I got I got Soul Fuel in Miko. Woo, I'm super excited. If anybody takes Soul Fuel local, we have it. Mika Yoga and Wellness Studios in Beaver Falls. Yes, yes. I'm so excited to bring that local. So it's there, and I'm excited as heck about it. If you have any questions, I have a whole video written up about the products and what they do and how they work and, you know, what they're good for and stuff. My brain just not firing off like that today. I love you so much. I crashed a razor. True crashed a razor yesterday and I got balled up. She's alright. She was wearing a helmet and a seatbelt. I was not, and I got fucked up. For sure, girl. I got a sonic meditation coming next month to Miko. It's my first one ever. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't hurt worse than I was too. You know, in growing up, riding quads and razors and all those things, you know, I've had a lot of friends get hurt really bad on them. I thought it was like a safe thing. My baby was afraid, and we were just kind of going really slow and just like chilling, right? No, just always be precautious. Because, yeah, a lot of people have gotten hurt on those things. They're fast. I love you too, Auntie Cherry. Yeah. You know, I mean, that's why they make the rules, because other people have gotten hurt so much, right? They only put the red light in after like 90 car crashes, right? You have 90 car crashes, and then they put in a red light, right? Just like the razor. Like, I'm sure that there were a bunch of car crashes, and then they're like, here, let's do seatbelts and helmets. Let's fix ourselves, right? Oh. Confronting what you're afraid of. Exposing what you're afraid of. That's what the process is. It looks different for all of us. It's different things for all of us. A lot of times it seems like the really silliest, dumbest things ever. But it's real, right? It's real. I'm a healer. I'm walking around here looking like this, right? Every day I'm gonna have to be exposing this to everybody, right? Public speaker. Alright guys, well, have a good Sunday. I'm gonna go rest up, chill. Try to see if I can get my sister over here. Maybe she wants to help me clean my house, because, you know, I'm afraid to ask for help. But I think I'd feel so much better if my house was super clean. But she's dope. Yeah, my whole family was out of town yesterday. Called everybody, and everybody was out of town. So I had to drive my own concussed self to the hospital. They're like, do you need a wheelchair? I'm like, no, I don't need a wheelchair. Do I look like I need a damn wheelchair? No. I'm tough. Meanwhile, my brain's not working, so I'm trying to type my name in the thing, and I'm like, ugh. The lady's like, let me help you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It hurts. I mean, I'm super glad nothing else happened. You know what I mean? Like, my eyes are really bad. Like, I'm glad I can still see. You know, they're like, can you see? Yep, I can see. Thank God I can see. I can see. I can see. I can see. I was so worried in there. They were like, do you want to turn on the TV? I'm like, nope. I just want to, like, I just need to sit here and just keep praying. Like, no broken bones. My brain's okay. No broken bones. My brain's okay. Glad you're okay. Good morning. Thank you, love. Thank you, love. Good morning. I'm glad I'm okay, too. I'm glad I'm okay. I'm glad my baby's okay, too. Ooh. You know, that mom, and it takes it to a whole new level. And you, girl, you got a little boy. Oh, my gosh. I bet he's a little maniac. My daughter isn't even a maniac. She's like a little scaredy cat. And we crash. Your son, oh God, I send big love out to all the kids with the, you know, the parents with these energetic, not afraid of shit kids. You know, my baby's jumping off a cliff, riding razors. We're really opening it up over here. It's scary, confronting what you're afraid of. My daughter was afraid, so I'm like, come on. Don't be afraid. Don't be a sissy. So I'm like cheering her on. Don't be scared. Go faster. Crash. Yes. Yeah, I'm happy she had her seatbelt on. She had her helmet on. Just the last run that we took, she was like, can I take my helmet off? And he's like, no. I'm like, no way. You gotta fall. Thank God. Yeah, always getting messed up. Yeah. Yeah, well, and, you know, it's like the confronting, you know, what you're afraid of, right? So, like, my baby just jumped off a cliff the other day, and it's like, you know, you just never know how things like that are going to work out. Like, I used to do stuff like that when I was young, but now, like, I try to be more cautious, and as cautious as you are, right? I'm always telling my massage students, like, we got to take care of ourselves. We got to make sure our bodies don't get messed up. Like, our bodies are the way we make money, and here's me, like, I got to cancel class, guys. I got into a quad accident. we don't always make the right decisions, right? I should have wore a fucking helmet and wore the damn seatbelt at least. I didn't. I didn't. So, it was a cool lesson for the kids, right? Always wear your seatbelt, always wear your helmet, no matter what. They'll never forget it. Drew's so sad. I said, you'll never forget. You'll always be carefuler. You'll wear your seatbelt and you'll wear your damn helmet. And you'll just, and now we got to confront it again, right? Because now she's afraid. And so we have to go confront these equipments. Get her back on there so she's not afraid. I remember one time I hydroplaned and I gave my dad my license for like 6 months and he's like, no, we're not doing this anymore. I need you to drive. Let's go, sir. The eyeballs are just real tight. I love you because we're all connected, guys. I send love to you if you're out there exposing the things that you're afraid of. If your body's hurting, if anything's hurting in you, I send so much love. The energy is definitely intense. Try to follow the rules the best you can out here, right? Try your best. Try your best. That's all we can do. All we can do is try our best. Happy Sunday, guys. Try to stay up in your heart. One love.